This is G Media, my name's Cody. Today we're talking about impulse response. What's that? Cab simulation, reverb, digital effects processing. How does it work? I don't fucking know, but we're going to see if we can't make some. So here's what I knew going into this. Impulse response can take the sound of a room like this one, mic'd up, perfect positioning, you got that sound that you like, and put it into a format that is accessible at basically the touch of a button. It's a time saver, but how do you actually do it? That's what I'm trying to find out. Other thing too, the sound's going to be colored by whatever setup you're using. It goes from everything from your microphone choice to which preamps you're using. Everything's a factor too. The position of the amp in the room, the tone you're running through it. Did you apply any processing, or maybe you're using effects? Like, it's not going to pick up the actual tone of your amp, like if you're getting distortion, and it's not an amp simulation, it's just the sound of the room, right? But what it does is it makes it sound like your instrument is being played in a real space. You can plug in your guitar direct, apply effects if you use them, and get the sound of that time where your instrument, your amp was set up just perfectly in the room, wherever, and get that, get the sense of realism. So that's what it's all about. We want realism in guitars at the touch of a button. That's the purpose of today's experiment. So here we go. Here we are. We've gone through the process already. Unfortunately, the video failed, so I'm going to do it again. So I ended up taking a bunch of samples, running them through, ended up going with this one, where is it? Pink noise right here. So I recorded the pink noise, and it was noisy, ran it through the amp with the mic set up the way I wanted to. So I ended up getting this, it records the sound through the amp. See the color on the sound as opposed to this one, right? So what we end up doing is taking the end of this sample, trimming it down a little bit. Let's get rid of the grid here. Trim it down to where the noise actually stops. Cut it. Split it, and now we have an impulse response. And then from there, if you wanted to, you could maybe fade it or apply other effects to it if you wanted to even further customize your sound. I like the natural sound that I was getting in the room. That's what I wanted to capture. That's what I got. It's kind of a dirty way to do it, though. I think I could do it cleaner. So I did two tests, one of the left speaker, one of the right speaker. We called one the room, we called one the clean room, because yeah, they were slightly different. They're just names anyways, and these are just the impulses. We'll rename them later, set it all up properly. Anyways, that's the quick and dirty story of how it goes. If you want to get like a pink noise sample like this and just try it for yourself, you can get it anywhere. There's this place called freesound.com. Get free sounds, they have it. You could probably get like a search for in just impulse sound, and you'll probably find that way too. So, or you can create your own, use whatever noises. From what I've heard, that if you use a tone like this, though, it's not going to be as effective, unless you want that effect. But as you're processing a tone like that, something with an actual pitch, this one happens to be just A440. If you're processing a tone like that, then it will kind of get like resonance, like you're playing an A on your guitar and it's going to sound funny. I haven't tried it yet, but this is what I've read, and I think there's a faster way to do it, so I'm going to keep trying things out, save the step of actually having to trim this back and find the perfect spot where it needs to be. But this way works. Mission accomplished. Let's hear how it sounds. Alright, so here we are, only in tune. So we're just going to play around with some guitar stuff and see if that impulse response, if we can actually hear the difference. On the other video, I did one before, right? So it didn't exactly work because the guitar tone I was using was the exact same as the one that the impulse response was made from, so it didn't really affect it that much. Anyways, here we go. Let's name this track GT. I'm probably going to just delete it. We'll set our inputs here. Input 1, that's what we want. Load the guitar in here, into here. Here's my audio. So we don't want it there, we want this into here, this out into here. Boom. Arm the track. This is what I just routed through. So this is a program called Guitarix. It's on, oh, it's the Linux software. So anyways, here it is. We're just running this one thing, which is just a basic, bare bones. It's pretty clean, right? So we're recording the clean guitar. I'm gonna play a little thing, and then we're gonna try out this this sample through the Convolver plugin, which is basically a reverb amp sim, you know, cab sim. There we go. So let's just lay something down here real quick. Alrighty. Track. Just go like that. Cut off all the nonsense here. Put this in here, and let's hear how it sounds. So we're gonna play it back. Play, loop. This is the impulse response, so what actually has to happen is we got to change the routing. Don't forget to do that. Get this out of the way. Here. Here we go. So this is playing back out through here. Yes. Send through here. Mono's fine. Alrighty, so in order to get this through my effects here, we're gonna just load it in. I think this was the one I was using. Was that the one I was using? No, it wasn't. Convolution, that's the one we needed. It's the plugin I've been using. So we grab this, we grab our sample. Now there's an easier way to do this. I want to work this outside of Ardor. Here we go. We're going to send this out, route it out through the thinger here, try and figure out what's going on here.
we need to send this out track here, GT audio in, GT audio out. 1, 2. So those are going to the master. We're going to take them out, disconnect, disconnect. Hopefully this doesn't crash my software. I'm still working out the kinks in this. So send it out through there. This goes out, and then playback from the effects back into Ardor master. Boom. Take this one. We can disconnect that. Alright. Now that that confusing thing is over with, ooh. Definitely a difference in sound, that's for sure. So, alright, drop some amp gain simulation on here and see how that sounds. So this is... So you've got a bunch of stuff here. It's just whatever, just pick a preset, go with it. There you have it, coloring guitar sounds.